Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Here's Cook again. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Vikings at 3-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Newton on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First carry now for Alexander Mattison. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. To throw is Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They snap it to Newton. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that that'll keep the drive alive. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Newton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They try again with Cook. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. Newton now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott now. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. Slot man moves right. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Play fake. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. throwing. Prescott. Open man right side, it's Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Prescott on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 1st and 10, Newton. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run the counter with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Newton. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Looking to throw. Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
A 1 yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1 yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1 yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Newton to throw. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott to throw it. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To the air again, Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Marr is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A final shot before the break. Newton. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. There he goes, right side. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. On first down, Newton eluding the pressure right. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. From the 50, Newton. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott escaping the pressure right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott.
To Lamb, he pulls it in. What a catch.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. And again, it's Prescott.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Second and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a solid run down inside the 30.
89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. To throw is Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Newton. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on first.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working.
77 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Now Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
First down, Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now Newton on first down. That's complete. It's Cook. So nothing doing there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Newton. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Cam to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's Newton.
Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Throwing is Newton. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Newton.
And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. Eluding the pressure right. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was a defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Cowboys, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.